Hey, how's it going? Take a seat and let's talk about Farmingville, shall we? No, not Farmville, silly. Farmingville. Farmville's dead. No one plays that anymore. Farmingville is a small town on Long Island. Hey, look, there we are. That's pretty close. The documentary about this town is supposedly based around a hate-based attempted murder of two Mexican day laborers. But they really only talk about that for like 10 minutes, so I honestly don't know why they would make half of the movie's summary about that specific event if you're only gonna talk about it for like 10 minutes. I mean, I don't know. What this documentary really concentrates on is how in the late 1990s around 1,500 illegal immigrants moved to Farmingville. This is a pretty big number for such a small town that has a population of only 15,000. The movie covers the effects of this massive change by interviewing both the residents and the immigrant day laborers. Through this, Farmingville residents reveal their opinions towards the immigrants. We are also shown the everyday struggles these day laborers have to go through. Struggles such as fear, racism, violence, and poop wrapped in tortillas.
I've had feces wrapped in tortillas, put in my mailbox.
Yeah, I bet you thought I was joking, huh? Now just think about that. Let all that sink in, and then you'll truly understand the crisis around this place. Anyways, in the beginning of the movie, we meet a handful of people that we're gonna see along our stay at Farmingville. We meet Louis and Tom, a married couple who worry for their town, and we don't see them again until towards the end of the film. Paul Tona, the Suffolk County legislator and a supporter of the day laborers. As a result, though, he and his family are threatened with violence. Ed Hernandez, a member of the Brookhaven Citizens for Peaceful Solutions, and I'll explain later what that is. Margaret Biancoli-Diber, a New York City high school teacher and co-founder of Sachem Quality of Life, which I'll explain what that is in a minute. Oh, and I guess she likes to collect these little troll dolls for some reason. Like, who is this? Darren Sando, another supporter of the immigrants, and founding member of Brookhaven Citizens for Peaceful Solutions. Matilde Parada, a woman from El Salvador who really goes above and beyond to help these day laborers. She's the founder of her own immigrant advocacy group called Human Solidarity, and she probably helps them out more than anyone else could in this movie. And lastly, we have Eduardo, an immigrant from Mexico City who works his way up from being a hated day laborer to a supervisor of a printing press in Mexico, as well as starting his own soccer league. Everyone else who was interviewed in this movie really isn't that important to mention since they only get like 1 minute of screen time. Except for this guy who's like everywhere and anywhere. Hey look, there he is, yelling and screaming. Oh look, there he is again, trying to get in some room. Yeah, you close those doors. We don't know his name because he's never interviewed, and he's only referred to as the American who always has a hat on and chews gum. Yeah, no, that's brilliant. You really need some street cred there to get a nickname like that. The issue that the Farmingville community faces is that the fact that there are illegal immigrants in their town. They mainly hate that they always stand around there at the corners to look for jobs cause, you know, I guess that's a criminal thing to do. Oh, look, the horror. They're looking for jobs. Oh no. Oh no! Hide your kids, hide your wives, they're looking for jobs again. Uh-oh. So the community got together at a meeting in order to solve this problem. Everyone there was sharing stories about how these immigrants are ruining their lives and they're scared to walk past them and whatnot. I feel really bad for this guy that was at the meeting though. Look here, listen to what he has to say.
At that particular meeting, I think I was the only person who actually stood up and tried to say that these are basically good, hard-working people who would make good neighbors. And I got about that far when people started screaming, and I really didn't get to say much more than that.
Jeez, I mean, that's the face of a defeated man right there. It's truly sad. It's a truly sad story. During the meeting, there are two groups of people that begin to emerge. There are those who support the laborers and want them to keep doing what they're doing, just off the corners and into a place where it's better, like a hiring site. And then there are those who just want them deported back to Mexico and are pretty racist. Oh, and for those who don't know how immigration works, foreign citizens that wish to stay in the US need something called a visa. You first need to apply for one and see if you're eligible to obtain one. After that, you then have to pay the visa fee, which varies depending on what you're gonna do in the US. Then you have to take an appointment for a visa interview, and then you take the interview with the US consulate with the following documents and items. Then you're done. Oh, wow, that sounds pretty easy. You know what, I think I'm gonna get one right now. Psych! This entire process can take years before you're able to come to the United States, and that's why everyone's so mad about it and just come here illegally without a visa. But there are ways to bend the rules of illegally immigrating to the US, like marrying someone who is legal and having kids with them. The two groups I was talking about are later to be known as the Brookhaven Citizens for Peaceful Solutions and the Sachem Quality of Life. When the idea of setting up a hiring site for the immigrants is mentioned, both of the groups are in an agreement to it. And then FAIR comes in and is all like, no, don't do that, it's a bad idea and you guys are just breaking the law by helping the illegal immigrants. So the Sachem Quality of Life people ultimately break away from the idea, while the Brookhaven Citizens for Peaceful Solutions still support it. And now everyone and their mother is having a debate of whether or not the site should be built. In the end, the hiring site is approved by the county legislator and everyone is happy. The SQL were slowly declining in power. That is until the Suffolk County Executive vetoes the plan and messes everything up. Now the SQL are trying their hardest to support the fact that the hiring site is a bad idea. As time went on, the SQL grew more and more in popularity since they reached out to the people on a national level. Now everything is even more crazier and more people are arguing over the immigration issue. And while all this is going down, the immigrants are just minding their own business, doing what they do and getting help by Matilde Parada. She does everything she can to help. From setting up little picnics to creating a labor union, she does it all. She keeps everything in check with the day laborers and even helps them get paid, and they're really grateful for it. She even sets up a little soccer tournament for all of them to boost morale. When we come back to the two groups, we see that there is a meeting in session to try and override the veto. The county legislatures have a vote and the override fails, which means still no hiring site. And honestly, the reaction towards this by the SQL is pretty childish. Look at them, rubbing it in the BCPS's face like that. Look at these old women singing the... Whoa, what? Does this lady even know the lyrics? Silly lady, that's not the lyrics. And that's just really how the issue's handled by the SQL, in a childish manner, in my opinion. For example, take my favorite scene from the movie.
And we have many, many supporters. They get horns beeped in favor of them. I had a roll thrown at me, which shows that they weren't in that one particular car.
Yeah, just that one particular car, right? Just that one.
The thumbs up and the victory signs.
There you go. Hey, I don't hear any horns being beat for you guys. Yeah, I don't hear any. How come you're not working? Where's all working here?
Ooh, we got more beeps and honks than you guys. I don't know why I find this funny. It's just, I don't know. Maybe it's just because they're just so childish, and I don't know. It's just not good. And oh my God, notice how there's kids there too. It just sets a bad example for them and just shows how to hate. And honestly, I shouldn't be laughing at this, but I don't know. I just find this funny for some reason. And every time I watch that scene, I just picture it like something like this for some reason.
Jake, how can I help you?
Hi! Hi, Drungus!
Hello.
Hi, Brimkin! Hi, Dundon! Hi, Pen! Hi, Donkeys! Hi, Gunpen! Bobby!
Yeah, I don't know, I'm weird. Anyways, after the hiring site is vetoed, Matilde plans on helping the immigrants by fixing their image. And she really delivers her plan well by saying that the only image the white community has for these immigrants is the one at the corners of the streets. And sadly, that's pretty true. So she plans to do this by making them do volunteer work like cutting grass at a local soccer field and picking up garbage. They also plan on having a soccer tournament at that field, and they ask permission to use it while including how they're going to do volunteer work on it. And lo and behold, they're granted permission, and their volunteer work begins. Oh, but wait. But wait, the SQL is what? They're protesting the...
I was appalled to read in Newsday that illegal aliens are permitted to use the HMU's soccer fields. Does the word illegal mean nothing to the board? The future's no longer ours. It belongs to the illegal aliens who've invaded our towns. I find it distressing that these illegals are being permitted to play soccer side by side with our children. We don't know who these men are. They're undocumented.
The soccer field, they're protesting them. No way, no, stop. I'm confused. They're doing labor work on the... for free. They're working on the soccer field for free. They should be at least able to use the soccer field. I mean, honestly, these guys are heartless. I'm as confused as the people who found out their TY Beanie Babies were filled with... Wait, what? Oh, hell no. I'm not dying tonight. But the tournament does take place, and slowly the SQL are starting to lose power again. I mean, look at this meeting. Looks packed, am I right? As the year went on, the racism slowly decayed in the town, and some accepted the fact that these immigrants have to do what's necessary to survive. In the end of the film, we see the trophy of the tournament being handed out, and we find out that the SQL is almost non-existent because of their co-founder resigning. So, and that's basically it. So now you know what our neighboring town has been up to all these years. It's been filled with violence, racism, and although some of that is declining, the town is still split up into two different sides, up to this day. I hope this video has made you realize how some people have to live and put up with the problems of their societies. Sometimes, us humans can be real cruel. With that said, don't be racist, eat your veggies, don't do drugs, and stay in school. Okay, bye.